Hi, folks. This is Andy Pedraza with Special Effects Academy, and I'm trying to give you a bit of a special message as we go through this lockdown, quarantine, whatever you're undergoing with this pandemic thing going around the world. So, a little bit about myself. I used to be a rather well-paid employee at Fortune 500 companies. Back in 2008, the last time we had an economic crash like the one we're having right now, I did get laid off. Now, it didn't end poorly for me. I was working again within just a few months. And on top of that, I had a salary that was about twice what my prior salary had been. So all in all, it worked out great for me, but it was an eye-opening experience. It caused me to reevaluate my life, and I said to myself, this cannot happen to me again. I'm not going to be subject to the whims of an employer or anybody else. There's enough uncertainties in the world without me signing up for ones I don't need to. So back in 2008, I took the time to educate myself a little bit and explore some options for making income without having to trade my time for money. That's what employees do. You work an hour, you get paid an hour. If you're at a higher level, you get paid a decent amount, regardless of whether you're actually putting in the hours or not. But ultimately, you're working, trading time for pay. I didn't like that. I figured there'd have to be a better way. Now, I explored many different options along the way, and a lot of them, they just didn't work, or I discovered that they weren't for me. There's many ways of making money out there, but they have to match your personality, or there's no point to doing it. So ultimately, I ended up pursuing two different branches, one of them trading, one of them investing. And of course, if you've heard of me or read my material or my book or followed me, you know I do run Special Effects Academy, which is centered around Forex trading. On the side, I also invest mostly in real estate and, well, a few other things. But my main thing right now and what I want to talk to you about is Forex trading. Of course, I have my book, which explains what I do. You can find it on Amazon. I'll provide a link along with this video as well. I have a course that teaches you what I do, and I've been very successful. I finally quit my job back in 2016. So notice it took me 8 years to get to where I am right now, where I didn't need a job. So 2008 to 2016, finally quit my job. My trading was making as much money as my six-figure salary, and I didn't have to trade my time for money. And to be honest, the job was getting in the way of my trading because the job did expect me to show up, attend meetings, deal with clients, and all that fun stuff. Now, I'm not ungrateful. You do have to work at some point. Work is not only a way of making money, it's also a way of gaining experience. And essentially, you're being trained and being paid while you learn. So it's not a bad thing. At a certain point in your life, it's probably a good thing, but you really don't want to be subject to the uncertainties of having a job where you can get laid off at any time. In fact, many people right now have been laid off as a result of the coronavirus. And there's no telling when they're going to be back in a job. I no longer have those worries. So back in 2008, as I said, I started exploring stuff and I came to Forex trading. I discovered I was very good at it. And at this point, I'm making some very good profits consistently, reliably every year on my Forex trading. And I want to share that with you. Right now, what we do is trade different accounts. So I have multiple accounts. As I said, I teach people how to trade. That's one of the things I do. And I have a course that you can purchase where you learn. But more importantly, I have something called a CopyTrader. Now, the CopyTrader is a piece of software that runs on top of your MetaTrader. If you're familiar with Forex trading, that is the trading console most brokers use. So this is a piece of software that you run on your MetaTrader. It hooks up to my accounts, and it allows you to place trades at the same time I place them. So you don't need to be in contact with me. You don't even need to be awake. You can be sound asleep. Your account is connected to mine. And any trade I take, you will also take. As I make profit, you're going to make profit. It does trade proportional to the money in my account. And again, I live off of this, so my accounts are real money accounts. accounts. But the important thing is that if you sign up for the CopyTrader, then you're going to be making the same profits I make. The last 12 months, I made over 100% profit on one of these CopyTrader accounts. And again, that is what I live off of. So 100%, if you're familiar with trading, is just spectacular gains. And I've been doing this year in and year out since around 2010. That's when I really started trading Forex in a serious fashion, I should say. I dabbled with it before, but 2010 was when I dove in head first and never looked back. So my worst year along the way was probably an 80% gain, and my best year has been around 150%. Last 12 months, as I said, 100% gains, and I want to share that with you. So let me switch my screen over so I can share my, my computer screen, and I'll walk you through what I've been doing. Hold on one second. Okay, folks, here we are on screen. You are seeing something called My FX Book. This is a website that you can go to. What it allows you to do is hook up your account to their systems, and they run all your metrics for you, as well as verify. And I'm going to show you a few things here. Let me grab my highlighter so I can do this a little bit more effectively. Here we go. This is what I want to do. So if we look at this over here, it is saying that I have a real account, and the highlighter isn't functioning as I wanted it to, but good enough. So this is telling me that they verified that the account is real. Over here, you are seeing that my track record is verified. What does that mean? It means that they have downloaded every one of my trades and verified that they're there. And of course, they're verified that I control the account. They have a little system where they ask you to place a pending order based on their parameters, and they verify that that pending order is in the account, which means that they verify I am the one who owns the account. So again, everything verified, real dollar account at Forex.com, that's the broker. Track record verified, trading privileges verified. This is the gain on the account since inception in April of 2019, 106%. And this is a graph that shows you the progress all along the way. And I'll have you realize something. I started off very strongly. So I made some nice gains right off the top for the first, I don't know, 6 months or so. Then it went flat for a while. Then I actually went down. I had a drawdown, which you can see that at its steepest, the drawdown was close to 30%. Now, most of this was profit that I gave back, but this is a lesson here. Real trading is not a matter of always being right. It's a matter of always making money. So overall, I have made money, and I do this again every single year for about 12 years now. I've been doing this nonstop, and I always make money. So it went flat. Then I had that drawdown, and then it went up again. And sometime in the last couple of weeks, I got, I guess, at to 137%. Before trending back down to 106. Now, a lot of these were open profits, you have to understand. So you never get in at the bottom or get out at the top. It's just not the way trading works. So it's always resembles a zigzag. You zig, you zag, you zig, you zag. But notice that every time I am going consistently up, it's higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And I ended the year at 106.28%. That works out to about 0.2% daily profit, monthly profit, a little bit over 6%. We already covered the drawdown. This is the balance on the account, how much equity is in the account. The highest was 11,000 something or other. The profit to date is that. Now, that account started with $5,000. And at one point, it was at 11,000, and it will be at 11,000 again. So again, zigzag, zigzag. So that's what we're doing. This is current. This is all through today. Let me scroll down a little bit and take a look at some other stuff. So it is telling me what I've done today I've lost 2%. This week I've lost 4%. This month I've gained 26.77%. This year, since January, I've gained 50%. These are fantastic results. Of course, these are extenuating circumstances. With the coronavirus panic, the market has been moving a lot more than it usually moves. Continuing to scroll down, and again, I will share this link so you can verify all this yourselves. But some advanced statistics: how many trades I opened through that period, my profitability, how many pips I made, average win, blah, 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 blah. Here are a little bit more, I'm going to say, esoteric kind of stats, which you can click on them or highlight when you get the link. They'll tell you what each one means: standard deviation, statistical measure of volatility, blah, blah, blah. So I'll leave that as an exercise to anybody who wants to verify. Now, let's take a look at my monthly gains. So this year, 2020, for March, which is ending today, I made 26.77%. February, I made 21.33%. January, I lost 2.5%. Again, it's not a matter of winning every day, winning every week, winning every month. It's a matter of making money over time. That is what we do. If we go back to 2019, you'll see a similar story. The first month, April, was pretty much break even. We had a couple of good months, May and June, a little bit over 10% for May and almost 10% for June. Then we had a spectacular July with 23.11%. Then we went back down, but still profitable for August and September, 2.5%, 5%. Then we had one bad month, October, at negative 13%, which explains much of the drawdown that we saw before. And it wasn't helped by November, where we had almost a 4% drawdown as well. So between the two of these was the drawdown we saw in the chart above. And then December was essentially flat at 1%. Notice that I cannot guarantee that every month is going to be a huge winner or even a winner. Some months are negatives, some of them are flat. But overall, and I'll scroll back up, the account is going consistently in one direction over time. And it will continue to do this because, again, I've been doing this for 12 years at this point. I consider myself a professional, though there are no degrees in trading. This is what I live off of. My CopyTrader will allow you to copy every single one of my trades, again, regardless of whether you're there on your trading console, you're sound asleep, you're at a beach, or I don't know, whatever you're doing. It is all on autopilot. It's automatic, copies every single thing I do. Today, March 31st, is the last opportunity to get into the CopyTrader at the old price, $1,200. As of tomorrow, April 1st, the price jumps up to $2,500, $2,500. Why? Because I don't believe in selling myself cheaply. If I am making 100+% for you a year, I think $1,200 is a steal. $2,500 is still a steal. I could charge even more for that, but I make most of my money trading, as should be perfectly clear from what I'm showing you right now on the screen. But at the same time, I don't want to give my services for free because it's not fair to me. And honestly, there are a lot of people out there who do not appreciate and anything that you give away either for free or cheaply. So consider this a filter as well. You have to put your money where your mouth is. So I welcome you to take advantage of this final day, really final hours, to get in at the old price. At some point, I'm not going to do it at midnight because I'm probably not going to be around. But at some point tomorrow, I will be changing the price to $2,500. So there you have it. This is your last chance to get in at the old price and get locked in. This is a yearly fee. Next year, when you renew your subscription, it will be at whatever price you came in at. If you came in at $1,200, that's your renewal fee forever. If you came in at $2,500, that will be your renewal fee forever as well. And again, both of them are a steal, both of them are a deal, but you are able to get in at the lowest price forever. I never lower my prices. I only raise them. Again, I don't believe in selling myself cheaply. So there you have it. I'm not really good at marketing it either, so I don't do it. This is me speaking from the heart. I'm not reading off a script or anything like that. So take that as you will. Action takers, this is your chance. Get in at 1200 forever. Thank you very much, folks. I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to me today. Be safe out there. It's getting scary. The pandemic, the quarantines, the lockdowns. But at the same time, I'm sure most of you will make it through okay. And if you take advantage of my offer, most of you will be making money even as you're under lockdown, quarantine, whatever. So good luck out there, folks, and I expect to see you on the inside. This is Andy Pedraza with Special Effects Academy signing off. Thank you very much.